Hello, I'm just here in my kitchen. Oven's done. I have, this is Dan's dinner over here. It is a lentil cottage pie or shepherd's pie, depending on where you're living. In Ireland we call it a shepherd's pie, but in England I think they call it cottage pie. No idea what they call it in America or Australia or anything. And then I have some potato wedges, and I have mashed potato and some greens. I think a problem that people make, or a mistake that people make, when they're trying to find a partner, or I don't know, is that what you call it? Trying to find a partner, I suppose it is. Isn't that what people do? I know that's what I did in some ways. They have like an idea in their head of the kind of person that they want, and it's not that doesn't change. I mean, it can change, but like I was just thinking about it because like last night Dan and I went out for dinner, and since he's been vegan, and even just like in the last kind of 2 or 3 months, it's been the first time that we eat the same food. Like, we've never eaten the same food before. I would always eat, our dinners would just be so far from one another. Like, when I met Dan, he used to eat things like plain pasta and shepherd's pie and ham and cheese toasted sandwiches. That was literally like the staple of his diet. Like, he did not eat vegetables, did not know what an avocado was, what a sweet potato was, never ate red peppers, never ate lentils, never ate beans, never ate any of those things. Whereas like I've always kind of eaten that way anyway. And yeah, last night we went out for dinner, and it was like such a lovely vegan meal. It was like amazing, and it was just so nice to be like sharing food. And I just can't, it wasn't something I had as a major priority when I met him. I mean, I honestly thought that I'd never meet anyone who liked to eat the way I did, which would be like, a big massive bowl of vegetables and potatoes and stuff like that. I've always really been a high carb vegan. I just didn't know you were allowed to eat that way. I always thought that was a bad thing because I was eating so much vegetables and potatoes. I always tried not to eat that way, but was always inclined to want to eat that way. What I'm getting at is, and the sports thing, that's another thing. Like, I did not own a pair of runners when I met Dan. Like, I did not do any form of sports, whatever. Like, the most exercise I would get would have been walking from college to home to college, college home, that sort of thing. That was kind of like my exercise when I met him first. And now I like literally live in tracksuit clothes. I do as much, if not more, variations of sports than Dan does. Like, I'm just constantly doing sports. And the thing is, I think like in a relationship, it doesn't always happen this way. Sometimes you pick up each other's bad habits, but hopefully you'll pick up each other's good habits. And if you come to a relationship and you meet somebody who you think is a good person, you think is kind-hearted, and you think there's something special about them, but they don't necessarily have all the same interests as you. They're not necessarily into cycling, or they're not into sports of any kind. They're not into veganism. I wouldn't like give up on that person. I really wouldn't, because you'll just pick up each other's habits. Like, I think that, like, I saw how much happiness sports and being athletic brings Dan's family. Like, they're all really, really sporty. And, like, I kind of figured at one point, like, okay, I either hop on the bandwagon and become sporty too, or, like, I just be the miserable one who, like, doesn't want to do any sports ever. There was a point there where, like, Dan was playing a lot of football, and I was what I would almost consider a wag, and I used to just, like, watch him play sports and, talk about it with him, but never actually partake myself. And, like, I don't want to watch. Like, I want to play. Like, I don't want to just watch. Like, I want to play. And Dan, I think, was the same. He saw the effect that eating this way was having on me, and the positive influence it was having on me, and he wanted that too. Like, I think that's what should happen in a relationship. You don't have to try and find like this, imagine this perfect person. And the more Dan, like, we've been together 5 years, and the longer we're together, the more we spend time together, the more we just like grow to be each other's ideal person, or grow to be a better person. And it just, I don't know, like, there's so many great habits that I've picked up from Dan, and I know that there's a lot of habits that he's picked up from me. Like, even smoking, I used to smoke when I met Dan. I used to drink quite a lot when I met Dan, and all those things have kind of like slowly kind of like, well, I did stop smoking and stop drinking altogether, but like, it was kind of quite a slow, gradual thing. And the same with Dan eating the way he does. Like, literally 5 years we've been together, and he's only starting to eat fucking vegetables and beans and things like that now. I'm not saying I wasn't vegan 5 years ago, but like, it's not like I didn't try to get him to eat that way, but it just, I don't know, it was like a natural progression. So yeah, that's what I was just thinking, that like, you know, if I had gone out in my head, been like, I'm looking for this specific man, I never would have met Dan. But instead, I just, like, when I met Dan, I just felt that there was like a really good connection there. I felt that he was really kind-hearted, and he just had such a good spirit and such a positive outlook on life. And he was just like a happy, sweet, lovely, caring individual, like, you know. And I think that's the bottom line. That's all that really matters. You know, they don't have to have the exact same, you know, hobbies as you, or because those things fucking vary so much anyway, you know. So, but that's just my opinion. That's just what I, you know, at the end of the day, I'm only gonna say what my experience is, and that's been my experience. Is people change and people grow, and you can grow together, like, you know, if that's what you want, which is what we want. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Check out my fabulous hairstyle, by the way. Like, look at this. I'm hating my hair at the moment. It's like fucking short long. It's schlong. It's not short anymore like it was, and I don't want to recut it back into being short again. I'm kind of done with the whole short thing. It was an experience and I enjoyed it, but now I'm done and I want long hair again. So if anyone else has magic tips to make your hair grow really fast, I'd really appreciate that. Okay, ciao for now. I got to show you my beautiful shepherd's cottage pie lentil. No meat in this bad boy. And my other bad boy.
Hey guys.